Apart from building the temple and palace, what else did Solomon do? Is there great danger in great wealth? Let's begin in 2 Chronicles chapter 8. How long did it take Solomon to build the temple and palace? It took Solomon 20 years to build the Lord's temple and his own royal palace. At the end of that time, Solomon turned his attention to rebuilding the towns that King Hiram had given him, and he settled Israelites in them. What were some of the fortified cities that Solomon built? Solomon went to Hamath Zobah and prevailed against it. He built Tadmor in the wilderness and all the storage cities, which he built in Hamath. He also built Beth Horon the upper and Beth Horon the lower, fortified cities with walls, gates, and bars, and Baalath, and all the storage cities that Solomon had, and all the cities for his chariots, the cities for his horsemen, and all that Solomon desired to build for his pleasure in Jerusalem, in Lebanon, and in all the land of his dominion. What did Solomon force foreign workers into? Rather than repent of marrying a pagan, what did Solomon do with his Egyptian wife? Any non-Israelite people who remained of the Hittites, Amorites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites, that is, the descendants of such people who were still in the land because the Israelites weren't able to destroy them, Solomon forced into the labor gangs that are still in existence today. However, Solomon didn't force the Israelites to work as slaves. Instead, they became warriors, chief officers, and the commanders of his chariots and cavalry. And Solomon had 250 chief officers who were in charge of the people. Solomon brought Pharaoh's daughter from David's city to a palace he had built for her, because he said, "My wife mustn't live in the palace of Israel's King David, because the places where the Lord's chest has been are holy." Did Solomon set up sacrifices for Sabbaths, new moons, and the annual festivals? Solomon offered sacrifices to the Lord on the altar he'd built in front of the temple porch. He followed the requirements that Moses had given for sacrifices offered on the Sabbath, on the first day of each month, the festival of thin, that is unleavened bread, the harvest festival of weeks, and the festival of shelters or tabernacles. Solomon then assigned the priests and the Levites their duties at the temple, and he followed the instructions that his father, the man of God, had given him. Some of the Levites were to lead music and help the priests in their duties, and others were to guard the temple gates and the storage rooms. The priests and Levites followed these instructions exactly. Everything Solomon had planned to do was now finished, from the laying of the temple's foundation to its completion. How much gold did Hiram ship to Solomon from Ophir? Then Solomon went to Ezion-Geber and Eloth on the shore of the sea, in the land of Edom. And Hiram sent to him by the hand of his servants, ships and servants familiar with the sea. And they went to Ophir, together with the servants of Solomon, and brought from there 450 talents of gold, and brought it to King Solomon. Is there danger in worry, riches, and lusts? Did his wealth put Solomon in great danger? But the worries of this age, the seduction of wealth, and the desires for other things enter in and choke the word, and it becomes unfruitful. Apart from building the temple and palace, what else did Solomon do? Is there great danger in great wealth? You decide.